ViTavity found purpose in his life by helping sick and ailing people, and comes from a noble family who have always helped those in need. He took an oath early on to preserve the sanctity of life, and it was while he was helping others that he was whisked away by the Nautiloid. Although he is in foreign lands, he still abides by his oath and wishes to help anyone that he can. Here we are, my first build of patch 9, and I think obviously it was going to be a Paladin. So I've named him ViTavity. He's got a noble background, which then gives him history and persuasion proficiency. He is a half-elf, a wood half-elf no less, which kind of fits in with the Oath of the Ancients. And this gives him charisma +2, and I've chosen strength and constitution +1 for each of his ability improvements. He also gets fleet of foot, so he's 5 foot faster than the average humanoid, and also proficiency in stealth, 40 foot of dark vision, and fey ancestry, so he cannot be put to sleep, and advantage on saving throws against being charmed. Got head 3, hair 35B, facial hair 7, and some brown colouring. Class is obviously Paladin. Oath of the Ancients, this is exactly where I took his oath from. And go see my Paladin guide video if you want to know more about Paladins. For his chosen skills, insight and medicine, he comes from a well-educated background. His intelligence wouldn't lead you to believe that. He just knows other things compared to most other people. As for his ability scores, got a strength of 16 so he can whack people over the head. Dexterity of 12, so he's not completely inept with his medium armor. Constitution of 14 and charisma is 17, maximum as high as it can go. So let's get into it. At level 2, ViTavity gets what a Paladin normally would. So we get Divine Smite, we get a couple of spell slots, we get to pick a fighting style. Now, ViTavity knows that if he doesn't survive, he can't help other people, so he's going to go for defense. As for his prepared spells, we can do this out of combat. What's he going to do? Well, he's all about helping other people, so definitely taking Cure Wounds and Bless. Shield of Faith, protection from evil and good, and he's going to go for Heroism. All these spells are about protecting people or helping them out in a situation. He won't, however, ignore his Divine Smites. He has taken his oath. He will smite down any enemy he feels deserves it. At level 3, he gets an extra spell slot, Divine Health, which prevents him from being diseased, and gets these subclass features, so he always has Speak with Animals and Ensnaring Strike ranged. He might not use Ensnaring Strike so much, but Speak with Animals, he's okay doing that. Nature's Wrath to restrain an enemy, and Turn the Faithless, as all Paladins get some sort of turning ability, and he can have one extra prepared spell, and he's going to go for command actually, to stop people from hurting his potential patients. At level 4, we get the extra hit points as usual, an extra lay on hands charge, we can prepare an extra spell, and we get an ability score improvement or feat. I'm going to go with charisma +2. It says charisma is 19 here, but I have already used Volo's Eye, so actually his charisma is going to be 20, which I'll show you when I get to the items. And at level 5, as all Paladins get, we get a couple of level 2 spell slots, one more level 1 spell slot, extra attack, these choice of spells here, which he will actually now prepare some of. We definitely want Aid and Lesser Restoration, and one Branding Smite I think will do. We don't want that one. Protection from poison perhaps, yeah. Mostly spells that buff or heal, but also a couple of attacking spells. Once that will help out in combat as well. He does also get access to Misty Step and Moonbeam. Amazing. Here are his items. He's picked up the Helmet of Smiting. When you apply a condition with one of your smite spells, you gain temporary hit points equal to your charisma modifier, and he can't have a critical hit against him, which is nice. Picked up some chainmail just to replace the medium armor he starts with, because his dexterity isn't so great, so he benefits from having heavy armor. Picked up Hellrider's Pride and the Whispering Promise from the Druid's Grove. The Hellrider's Pride gives Blade Ward to anyone he heals, and the Whispering Promise gives Bless. Picked up the Silver Pendant for guidance, the Ring of Poison Resistance, and the Boots of Aid and Comfort to also give temporary hit points when he heals someone. Picked up the Pale Oak, also from the Druid's Grove, and this is just to fit in with the theme of Oath of the Ancients, so kind of nature, and wants to preserve nature, and is one with nature, so he gets the ability to cast Faith Warden's Vines, and he cannot be ensnared by vines, druidic vines. He also has the Glowing Shield, so should he drop below 50% hit points, he can stay alive a little bit longer, because he'll be given 8 temporary hit points if he takes damage. And lastly, Spell Thief, just on the off chance that when he takes a ranged attack, he gets a critical hit, he might get a spell slot back. And I do just want to point out we do have 20 charisma because he has used Volo's Ersatz Eye. That does mean his intelligence has gone down a fair bit, but that's what Gale is for, right? What I want to show you also before I go into combat is this here, Healing Radiance. So if you have watched my Paladin guide video, you will know that Healing Radiance heals your level times your charisma modifier. So he's level 5, his charisma modifier is +5, So it heals 25 hit points on the turn you use it and on the next turn if people are within 10 feet of him as a bonus action. And look at Gale here, he's only got 32 hit points. This almost heals him up to full. Obviously everyone else, this is still over half their hit points with each tick of the healing on the first round and second round, and over the course of 2 rounds completely heals anyone in the party. There might be an instance if you had a barbarian in your party or someone who's taken the tough feat where it wouldn't quite fully heal everyone, that this is amazing. You can do this once every short rest. Plus we have Lay on Hands, which is just your level times 4 as the maximum healing we can do with 2 Lay on Hands charges, plus the Lay on Hands cure. And we've got some cure wounds here. So 1d8 plus 5 because we've got the charisma modifier of plus 5, which is really good. And aid, we should probably use aid before we go out for the day. So now we will have more hit points. And even with these extra hit points, Healing Radiance still heals everyone within 2 turns. So here we are in the Underdark. I'm going to go fight the Minotaurs face on. No hiding and sneaking around. And he's going to lead by example like every good paladin should. Jumping into combat. Charging in. And because he can, going to smite, and again, this time we won't use all his spell slots. And Gale here is going to show off because he's an evocation wizard. The answer to all problems on adventures. There we are, sorting things out. So in this combat, since we're level 5, I don't expect to have to heal anyone in particular. Anyway, let's see. Oh, I'll take that back. Gale's dead. We've got his pouch. I'll have to sort that out. It's one dead Minotaur. And now, well, we're not really all that hurt, but just to show you what we could do. If only to give everyone Bless and Blade Ward. And temporary hit points to help them survive. Now, he still has his action, you see, but he doesn't want to leave anyone in danger. So he's going to go far forward as he can. The Minotaur will come this way, and presumably just die. And we get this extra temporary hit points and bless. And just to show this off, this is a 100% chance to work. Faith Warden's Vines. There he is. It's now in difficult terrain, and Astarion should finish this off easily. Sorry, Gale, we'll go and pick you up. So we're going to try and take on the Bulette. Ow. Getting jumped on doesn't help. So he's actually fairly hurt, so he does want to use his Oath of the Ancients ability, Healing Radiance. But before he does that, we're going to get everyone nice and close, so they can all benefit from it, even Gale. Here we go. And it's a bonus action, I love that part about this. It's a bonus action, so we can still attack. Look at that, 60% chance to hit, not bad at all. So we're going to work as a team, we're going to try and trip it up. It's a miss, which is a bit sad. So we're going to carry on trying to take it out. Thankfully, if we miss, we don't lose any superiority dice. Alright, Lenzel's had a bad round. Let's see what Astarion can do for us. And let's go for offhand attack first. There we are. Sneak attack. Bam. So, we've got a choice here. We can either bless everyone, although they're already blessed for this turn, that would be a bad choice. We can, instead, maybe smite or moonbeam. So we've got a 60% chance to hit, but with moonbeam, we know we're going to hit. It's a constitution saving throw, although this animal's this monstrosity's constitution is particularly high. So is our spell save DC, damn it. So we don't always have to be attacking and smiting. Well, it failed, only did 8 damage, sadly. And then, here's Gale. Sorting things out for everyone. He's an evocation wizard, which is why I can freely throw fireball down. A lot of this, taking more damage from bleeding. It's walking, jumping. There's a moonbeam. 37 damage to go. Everyone's blessed and healed. Who cares if we're fighting a Bulette? We're going to try Moonbeam again. It passed, sadly. This time, though, because of Moonbeam, we've got some light. So, he's buffing his allies. He doesn't have to do all the damage. So Lae'zel and Astarion here can try and do their thing. There we are, now he's prone. We've got advantage against him, even if it doesn't tell us. Let's just show you that here. We'll try trip attack again because we want to do extra damage. Unless it's changed, actually. I didn't check that. Oh, no, we don't get advantage. We used to get advantage for something being prone, maybe because of its size. But look at that. Taking out the Bulette, didn't even have to smite. I think that's pretty cool. Now, one sad thing is that for the helmet of his to work, we need to have a condition of one of your smite spells, not just divine smite, which means it's going to have to hit with branding smite and for the enemy to fail the constitution saving throw. I'm going to try branding smite on some of the Duergar because they do go invisible. While I'm on my way down to the Duergar, I just want to let you guys, I mean, I don't know if this is new or not. Maybe I haven't noticed it. I haven't used chainmail for quite a long time. As this guy walks, he makes a, I think, quite a satisfying sound. I'll be silent while he walks along and see if you can hear it. I don't know, maybe it's just me who likes it. Let me know. Let me know what you think of that nice little sound there. So this is it. Time for branding smite. And we've got to hope that he fails his constitution. There we are. Concentration. Let's not react. Oh, interesting. It looks like this isn't working as it probably should. I should have temporary hit points of 5, not 3. Temporary hit points don't stack. I wouldn't expect it to be 8. It's 3 because of the Boots of Aid and Comfort. And he is affected by branding smite. A little bit disappointing. Didn't know that was going to happen with branding smite here. So we're just going to whack him and smite him. And break his concentration. And he was concentrating on Hunter's Mark. At level 5, this is particularly easy. Lae'zel was able to just pushing attack one dude off the top here. We only got 2 of them left. Get Cole has raised the dead as he does. And kind of the easy way of dealing with them is to kill Get Cole because they all get unsummoned down here. But Gale didn't pick Fireball for no reason. There we are. Mostly gone. And a half-killed Novice Garmor. Now again, in the spirit of trying to help other people, he's going to use Healing Radiance once again. This isn't so much for the healing, because everyone's at full hit points, and we've already got temporary hit points. But it's for the Bless for himself and Astarion, and Blade Ward for Astarion. And he can't quite make it to Get Cole, but he's still got his bow. Right, not completely useless. And now he's got Bless, he's got a decent chance to hit. We get 2 shots because we're level 5. It's not loads of damage, but it all helps. And so Astarion now, unfortunately, didn't get Bless. Bless ran out. That is a bit of a downside, actually. But he's still got Blade Ward. And of course, Astarion is a thief with moderately armored, so he can wear the Speedy Light Feet. And give a good stab. 26 damage alone from the melee attack. And Get Cold is nearly down. I think Gale's out of level 3 spell slots, sadly. He can't give his solution to this. Right. We'll do that and try and disarm. Gone. Oh hey, it's his turn again. Right, since it's his turn, he's now going to try and help. Can't use Moonbeam, we're out of level 2 spell slots, sadly. Could we use any other level 1 spell slots? I mean, maybe Bless, perhaps. But at this point, we don't really need any of these other spells. So we're just going to go in there. Smite's dead. Easy peasy. So for the last fight for this build, we're going to be fighting the Spectator. Gale's going to be helping out once again. Here we go. There we are. And so, what are we going to do? I think, yes, we're going to come over here.
I need to find a way forward.
Try and help out Gale a little bit. One thing I want to point out that I'm sure is new. We've got Darkness here, and I've got a ranged attack. Darkness now blocks the path of ranged attacks into it. So I think it's just become significantly more powerful. Before we might have just had this advantage. Do correct me if I'm wrong here, but I do not remember seeing the path of our arrows being blocked by Darkness before. I love how the eye just points backwards when the main face of the Spectator isn't facing that way. Ah, Gale's here to help again. Thank you, Gale. We can ViTavity finish this off. Well, it's healed everyone, which is great. And we did have a long rest between the last fight and this one. And since we're potentially having problems hitting it, not doing the most amount of damage, I'm going to risk it with Moonbeam. That wasn't guaranteed, but that's okay. That's okay because now Astarion should be able to do this without too much effort. So that about does it. I really like this build because of the just insane amount of healing we can do. I didn't even get to show off Lay on Hands, but I feel like that's the same with every Paladin. We can't get this uber healing without having a high charisma and high level. Let me know what you think of the power of level 5 as well. I was trying to show off just what Fireball can do for us. If you've made it this far, please consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.